hello, YouTube family. Hello, blessings, blessings. I haven't been live in a moment. I'm on the road. Something just hit my spirit. Something just hit my heart, and I said, let me go live. So if you catch this on live, blessings. If you catch this on the replay, blessings still. As I was just thinking, something just dropped in my spirit. We have come together as a community of, first of all, wives. Many of us are in a community where we're wives fighting for your marriage and fighting for your family. And one thing that it has been, the community of wives, fighting for their marriage and their family, community of standers. It's a very, very large community. Hello, beautiful. Thank you for coming on. It's a very, very large community. I'm talking about thousands on thousands of women. And when we come, step in these communities, step on these live videos, we see so many women who are fighting for their marriage. Seems as if that things isn't working out, and then we get discouraged, right? You get discouraged and you lose hope, or you think that, why am I fighting this battle? Is this even making sense? Many of you are making a decision. Your hope, your faith is based on what you're seeing around you. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming on. And so one thing that I was thinking about today, as my husband and I were on the road. Thank you. I was thinking about, recently I'm currently doing, the altar of prayer, right? A praying wife and an altar before the Lord. And just understanding the power of an altar. To me, it's so motivating that when we understand spiritual things and we begin to execute and we begin to move in the principles of God, that so much things unlock for us. And so for the altar of prayer, what I'm doing, I have 63 persons that are registered. 63 persons registered. About 30 people showed up for probably about the first, 2 weeks. We're in our third week. We're down to now, I think like 21 persons. And I was really reflecting on that because, the question is, are you showing up? Because when you sit in these communities and you look around and seems as if that God isn't working, or it seems as if that marriages are being restored, you really have to ask yourself, what are they doing, right? What are they doing? Because you can't base, where you are and what's going on with marriage restoration based on what they do it who are in the battle for their marriage, but they're not having their victory. You have to ask yourself, are they really showing up? It's a real question. I remember probably about 2 years ago now, I was really, because I've been, doing marriage ministry now since 2016. And at a point in the ministry, I was, kind of disappointed, kind of discouraged, because I was like, God, what's going on? You tell me to do these things. You tell me to teach wives. I'm doing and I'm instructing them according to what you showed me to do, but I'm not seeing anything. Lord, what's going on? Shortly after that, the Lord sent someone to minister to me. And this is what he said. He said, it's not what you're doing. He said, those who are fighting for their marriage will win. And he reminded me of something that he told me. He said to me, when God called me to help wives to fight for their marriage and help them to stand, he said, when wives fight, families win. And that was a period, full stop. It was no ifs, ands, no buts, and no maybes. It was a definite. And so even when I see people who have been, I see a lot of wives who are, still in a relationship with me that they were in for a couple of years. They're winning. They are winning. And I'm like, God, wow. But people come on and they come on with so much zeal, right? And so much enthusiasm. I want to fight for my marriage. I'm doing what I want for my marriage. I'm believing God. But are they really doing what is necessary in order to fight for your marriage? Fighting for your marriage takes sacrifice. Hello. Fighting for your marriage takes sacrifice. Come on, say that with me. It takes sacrifice. If you're not willing to sacrifice time, if you're not willing to sacrifice time in prayer, if you're not willing to sacrifice growing in your spirit, man, and in the knowledge of God, how can you fight an enemy that is seemingly overpowering you? How can you do it? The Bible tells us that my people are perishing for the lack of knowledge, for the one. And for two, that Satan is outwitting us. He is not outwitting us because we lack power. He is outwitting us because we ain't showing up. We ain't showing up like we need to show up. We're not showing up as the powerful force that we are. We're sitting back, we're crying, we're whining. Oh, this is what I'm going through. Oh, my husband just sent me the divorce. Listen here. I want to encourage you. You need to get off these communities where all these people are, and you're talking about support. Let me tell you something, that's not support. They're draining the life out of you. You're being drained. You don't need to be in a community of thousands of women, and more than 65% of the women are talking about how they're going through. Oh, I'm going through. I got, my husband, he did, he talked to me this way, and you in agreement, yeah, I going through that too. You don't need that. You need a community of inspiration. You need a community of empowerment. That's how you're going to be victorious. You need to be in a community that is going to encourage you to get up and pray. Some people, they only want to pray out of convenience. Listen there, you're still in the realm of the flesh. The fleshly realm is the realm of convenience. When you get to a place where you have to drag yourself out of bed, when you get to the place where you have to sacrifice, to give, to sacrifice the soul on the behalf of your marriage, when you have to sacrifice the fast, that's when you're coming into that place of being victorious. But if you ain't there yet, whenever you get there, that's where God gonna meet you. God gonna meet you at the end of your flesh. God is not in the realm of the flesh. He is in the realm of the spirit. And that's what's going on with most of you. That's why I've been folks, woman, the Lord has delivered me from being used who don't want to better themselves. For a couple of years, I used to be on the phone for hours and hours coaching women, listening hours and hours. And at the end of the day, they say, woman of God, I praying, but guess what? They weren't praying. They said, woman of God, I doing that, but they weren't doing that. And the Lord had to show me that. The Lord had to show me that. Someone said to me, woman of God, I've been praying and doing everything that I've been doing. I said, okay, what time you been praying? Well, I've been busy. But you're praying though. But yet many of you are basing your stance and your walk comparing in these communities of other people who saying, oh, I prayed, but it didn't work. I fasted, but it didn't work. You're basing your hope is being dreamed because of them. In reality, they're not showing up. They are not showing up. I see many of you on YouTube and you're on here whining, but where you are at, and I need faith, and I need this, and I need that, and God, I need God to do this, but God ain't doing nothing for you, what you could do for yourself. I know who you are. I know the people who are showing up. I know the people who are making the sacrifices. That's why, as you see me come on here, I don't pay attention to everyone. I pay attention to some people. Now, one thing is for sure. When Jesus walked the earth, he couldn't help everybody. He had the ability to. He had the power to. But guess what? He couldn't help everyone. He was only able to help those who wanted help. But the Bible talks about when he went into the fields, he healed everybody that came to him. He delivered everybody that came to him. Not the people who were out here whining, God, oh, I got this in my knee. I got diabetes. I get heart attack. I got stroke. He didn't heal them because they were crying and whining about what they got. He healed the ones that came to him. Glory be to God. How about the people, the man who was lame? It was in the midst of a crowd. And guess what? His friends, they couldn't even get him to Jesus. You know what they did? They went on the rooftop. I'm talking about serious. They mounted him on the rooftop. They put a hole in the roof. And then they lowered him down in the front of Jesus, because guess what? They were serious. They showed up. And they showed up in the midst of there being a crowd and they can't get to Jesus. How about the woman with the issue of blood? She was in the middle of a crowd. She couldn't even get to Jesus, but she said in herself, she said, if I could only touch the hem of his garment, my God. Oh, I can't do this because I don't have that. I don't have this. You know, I'm tired. I've been working all day. Oh, but you want God to move. You want a mighty move. You want a breakthrough in your life. But you're not willing to sacrifice nothing. Well, guess what? Nothing plus nothing equals nothing. You ain't showing up. You ain't getting nothing. Prayer was just so powerful this morning. Prayer was powerful this morning. And I was just talking to my husband. I said, honey, prayer was so powerful this morning. Like I tell everybody, you all have a good day. And I couldn't even end the call. Like I just had to stay in there because I just felt the presence of the Lord. I felt the presence of God. And my heart was burdened for the people that were showing up. I said, God, we need a breakthrough. We need it, because guess what? The people showing up, God, like, God, show yourself. I hear my people on here all the time talking. Listen there, the video get 1,000 views, 500 people on the broadcast, but 20 people showing up for prayer. My God, you all got to stop feeding your flesh and begin to feed your spirit. Your spirit is hungry. You malnourished in the spirit. Your flesh so fat. That's how come you are on the emotional roller coaster. Your husband say, boo, you crying. He said, I don't want this marriage no more. You think that's the end of it. The reason why you have a problem trusting the Lord is because you don't show up in his presence. That's where your trust issue lies. How can you have a relationship with someone how can you trust someone who you don't have a relationship with? That don't even make natural sense. My God. My God. No, I'm back. Don't worry, I'm back on. I was only off for a few days. I have a problem trusting the Lord. Yeah, you have a problem trusting the Lord because you don't have a relationship with him. You said they're whining and crying, but you have a problem trusting the Lord. That ain't God's problem, that's your problem. Because he is there. Just how he is there for me, he is there for you. You all the time watching marriage restoration videos and you getting high off of what God doing for other people. Listen here, you want your own fix, you gotta show up. You got to show up for yourself. I can't show up for you. Let me tell y'all something. Don't make sense. It do not make sense to email me and tell me to pray for you. Glory be to God. Glory be to God. It don't make sense. Let me tell you why it don't make sense. Because the Lord told me to teach wives. So guess what I do? I teach wives. If you're not showing up for class, that's on you, that is on me. And I'm sorry. You know, I know there are other people out there and, you know, they say, come, how can I pray for you? No, I'm praying for you. No, let me teach you how to pray. If you don't have my book, The Praying Wife, it's a foundational book showing you how to pray. My God, it's foundation. Glory be to God. I was so blessed the other day. Someone said this was really what she needed. Because guess what? The prayer, you're now in the this place where you have to battle, you don't know how to pray. I understand that. That's why got great juicy prayers at the end of it. it have the great juicy prayer at the end of it. So guess what? It's gonna help you. It's gonna help you. Blessings, blessings. Someone say yes, it is. My Lord, that book been blessing me. I pulled that out on the prayer line. I pulled that on the prayer line, and I was so blessed. Prayer is at 2 a.m. Central, 12 Pacific, and 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Glory be to God. I'm telling you, these past couple of weeks, I told folks, I said, listen here, this prayer is gonna stretch me, and it has been stretching me. I'm talking about direction. The Lord has just been speaking. You know, the peace of the Lord has been just overtaking people who are on the call. I've been getting messages from people say, woman of God, it's just so much peace right now. Peace in the midst of the storm. Remember when Jesus was in the storm, he was chilling and relaxing, and the disciples were, oh my God, Lord, 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 what's going on here? Help us, help us. But Jesus was at peace because he knew that he had authority over the storm. Many of you have authority over the storm. The disciples they had the authority over the storm, but they just didn't use their authority. You're in a position, you're in a place where you can say, peace, be still. You could be in the storm, but that don't mean you have to be affected by the storm. My God. My God. You could be in the storm, but you don't have to be affected by the storm. Some of you feel like you can't do nothing because your pieces are disrupted. Sometimes, listen here, all you need, my God, you need to be in the presence of the Lord, because in the presence of the Lord there is the fullness of joy, and at his right hand is pleasure forevermore. Child, y'all don't want to get in the presence. You know, some people just like the replay. I'll just get the replay and I'll come on, you know, whenever. But listen here, shout out to the people that are in a whole different, people in a whole different time zone. Now, I ain't talking to this here for you guys, because listen here, some of those folks, they're in a whole different time zone. But let me tell you something, you let me, like woman of God with a replay. Like, I am getting up at 3 a.m. my time, and I'm still showing up. Hats off to you guys for still coming in. So, first of all, I want to leave you guys with two things. Y'all need to, first of all, stop looking at, you know, this community of YouTube, the community of Facebook, and judging and having yourselves, your hope built on who doing what. And you see 100 people on here look like they going through the horror of their life, so you ain't no different. So what's the point? Let me tell you something. You gotta come up from among them. I tell you, this is a fact. Everybody is not going to win the battle in their marriage. Everybody ain't gonna win. But you got to decide that it ain't gonna be you. Yeah, I don't care how much people losing, I am going to win. So listen there, we're still going on the prayer altar. How do you get in the prayer altar? You got to go to my website, www.empoweringwise.com. Sign on the academy. Take the course, The Praying Wife. You got to take the course. When you take the course, The Praying Wife, it's going to give you the information to join us on the prayer line. And let me tell y'all something. I told people, I said, listen here, the way this prayer line been going, I'm going to go beyond the 40 days, because I can't see me. Even a couple days, I wasn't feeling well. And I said, you guys, I'm going to take a little break. Listen there, I still was up, because now my spirit man done accustomed. I'm talking about everyday prayer. It is impossible for you to show up every day for prayer and your spirit man don't grow. It's impossible for you to show up every day for prayer and you don't grow in power. You guys, you looking at other men and women of God, and you're so fascinated by the power that they walk in. People are fascinated, women of God, you know, you're so so powerful, and you want to judge me. I probably win this marriage, the marriage restoration, because I'm like you. I was just like you. I was pitiful, licking my wounds just like you one time ago. But I got sick and tired of being sick and tired and hearing about the power of God and not walking in it. So I began to devote myself to prayer and fasting and reading the word. I mean, seriously, I wasn't showing up in no community. I wasn't showing up for people to see. I was showing up for me. I was showing up for my family. I was showing up because I was tired of the devil. It was after that I was in a place where people say, woman of God, you're so strong. It was after. Every time you overcome your flesh, you get more powerful. Every time you show up for prayer, you get powerful. Don't be fooled by people on these online streets making you think like they born like this. You have to put in time in the presence of God. You have to put in time of growing in the spirit. That's how you get power. And let me encourage 33 women who join me on the prayer line. I know you don't feel it, but you're growing in power. You're growing in your authority. My God, the opposition when we first started, it was crazy. People getting in an accident, house almost burned down, this thing and the next thing. The devil was so mad. He was so mad that you even made a commitment. You even made the commitment to pray. The devil was mad. Praise the Lord. So I celebrate victory for those of us who decide, I don't care how much thousands of women who are losing the battle for their marriage and their family. I decided that I am not going to be counted among them. I am going to be counted among the victorious. That's my prize right there. That's my prize. My God. Blessings. Listen there, you guys. Blessings to each and every one of you. Thank you guys for coming on. Let me tell you something. I ain't come to talk to everybody. I only come for the people that just said, woman of God, I'm going to win this. Watch me. I'm watching you, and first and foremost, I'm watching God. So listen there, you guys. Blessings to each and every one of you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming on. I am in here on these streets. This is the first time that I am on live on my phone. So I'm excited. I'm excited for what God is going to do in our lives and our families. Again, go to my website, empoweringwives.com. Sign up for the academy and take the Praying Wife course. And then you're going to get the link to the altar of prayer. Let me tell you something. We're showing up. We're going to be here again in the morning, 12 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Central, and 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So see you guys in the